All right. I just thought in this video I would give you my thoughts as to why Expo 2020 is in a way good for Dubai. Okay. I know I give plenty of videos where I say it's a bad idea and all that. So for once, I'll play the devil's advocate and I'll tell you why Expo 2020 is in a way good for Dubai. Okay. So these are 15 reasons. I'll put the timestamps down below. You tell me if you agree or disagree. Okay. The first one is that something is better than nothing. Okay. Where most of the countries like Australia, USA, Europe, all of them are doing nothing. Here at least one country is doing something. So given the fact that people always like to keep busy, I think this kind of adds a little bit of a flavor. Like best example I'll give you is UK. Why so many people from the UK are flying down to UAE? Why so many movie stars, film actors, celebrities are coming down to UAE? Because UAE is saying, fine, come down. We'll give you a little bit of a free hand. There's no lockdown. Okay. So even though there is a bad side to this, there is a risk factor. But given the fact that, I'm only speaking positive. So in a way it's good. So at least something is happening better, and that's better than nothing. The second reason is the utilization of resources. Now you have all the buildings which are there, you have people who are ready to work, you have material, you have money, you have so many things that can be used. If it is just lying down there, it doesn't make any sense. For example, I'll give you an example. Let's say I have a laptop, it's sitting at home, it's not doing anything. So I'm wasting those resources which can be utilized for at least some benefit. So in the same way, for Expo 2020, there are plenty of things which can be used, whether it's the technology, whether it's manpower, whether it's people. So they are utilizing those resources other than just sitting down and catching dust. Point number 3, obviously tourism. Dubai strives on tourism and it needs tourism. Okay, it may not be 100% dependent on tourism, but it is a major chunk. So Expo 2020 is a very good incentive for tourists to come down. Point number 4 is even more important than tourists, it's investors. There are always people with a lot of money. There are always people who have money to spend. There are always people who want to do something with the extra money that they have. That is why people are constantly looking. People, especially who are loaded, are looking for, okay, where can I invest this? Where can I get a better rate of return? So people like to spread, they don't want to keep all the eggs in one basket. Some of them will invest into shares, some into properties. Dubai, I think, with Expo 2020, it will offer investors plenty of options. Listen, you have the money. This is option A, option B, option C. Now, I'm pretty sure the UAE government will give them from visas to staying to running a business. They will give them plenty of reasons why they should invest their money. So the point number 4 is investors, getting the investors to sit up and take notice. Point number 5 is Expo 2020 in itself is an advertising platform. It will help advertise Dubai, put it on the map, because obviously news channels will talk about it. Okay, what's happening there? BBC World, Reuters, even Al Jazeera. Okay, they would want to know what is happening in Dubai, what is Expo 2020. That sense of curiosity is created. So Dubai will be in the news for the next couple of days, weeks, months, and that in itself is great for the brand. Point number 6 is Expo 2020 is a brand building exercise. Dubai has always been known to be a business hub. Okay, and every activity that they have done, whether it is having a world record or having a celebrity chef come down or having a movie shooting there, it all adds to the image, to the brand, to the feel of Dubai. Let's say, for example, I say Hollywood, you get an image in your mind. Okay, if I say USA, you get an image in your mind. If I say Maldives, you get an image in your mind. In the same way, when you say Dubai, you get an image in your mind, and Expo 2020 adds to that image. So it's kind of a brand building exercise at point number 6. Point number 7. I think Dubai right now is competing with Hong Kong, which is undergoing the massive transition because China has taken over, and it's also competing with UK, all right, to reaffirm itself as a business hub. Now, Dubai took over Singapore, Dubai took over Hong Kong, Dubai even took over UK to become the affordable, worthwhile, fun, exciting business hub. So, ever since, what happened is, over the period of time, it became bigger, it became more expensive, it became more glamorous. They would offer a lot of benefits and perks, okay? But then I think, just as you can't remain at the top forever, Dubai also has been facing tough competition from other countries, other governments. So I think Expo 2020 in a way is reaffirming Dubai's leadership position as a business brand hub. And along with people who come there, I am pretty sure that they will offer certain privileges to people who set up business. Like lately you have seen in the papers, the gold visa, open a business for 500 dirhams or $150, then open a business, a virtual business within a few hours. So all these perks and benefits, even you can open up a business without being physically present in the country. So what they are trying to do is think of creative ways to make Dubai an attractive business hub, whereby you can have transactions, you can open a bank account, you can have your business deals being done even if you are not a resident in Dubai. So this kind of helps, and Expo 2020 is a way to advertise this fact. Point number 8 is, this is the core reason of Expo 2020, and it's creating the business opportunities. I would say more than just being a kind of a place for tourism and people to take photographs and share on social media, which in itself is a very big thing. I think the core essence of Expo 2020 is to create business opportunities where people can network with each other. You come down to a conference, obviously you know that at this conference these kind of people will come. Let's say, for example, it's a construction conference. Now obviously people related to the construction industry will come. Let's say it is a food and hotel event. So people in the food and hotel industry, they will be there. Let's say it is an entertainment seminar, conference or event. So people in the entertainment industry will be there. So every event that is there has a theme, and this brings in people from that particular industry. For Expo 2020, the key focus has been sustainability and future. So obviously companies, countries, brands that are involved in future business, from digital currencies to investing in green kind of energy to future concept cars and business opportunities, all that will be there. So this is also, it creates business opportunities. Point number 9 is, which piggybacks on point number 8, that is, this gives rise to employment opportunities. To hold an event like this, obviously you need plenty of manpower. You need security, you need people who greet customers, you need people who coordinate, you need people who do paperwork, you need people who will run the event, do the lighting, do the social media, do the marketing, do the sales. So there is plenty of positions that have to be filled. And this, you offer people opportunities. Yes, in some way they are asking people to volunteer and do work for free, okay? But obviously everything cannot be done by people who are free, and especially when you have certain responsible positions like, let's say, crunching the data numbers or being an influencer. Now maybe they'll do a swap deal. Okay, we'll let you in on exclusive, this thing, you cover it on your social media. But for other key positions where you're talking about finance, economy, marketing, branding, sales, those will be paid. Okay, and for the vendors that supply their products and services to make the vendor success. So this in turn creates employment opportunities. And remember, when you consider COVID and its restrictions and no jobs, I think people will look forward to Expo 2020. Then point number 10, it attracts new talent. See, let's not only look at Cristiano Ronaldo or let's say the Black Eyed Peas or Jennifer Lopez. Those are, okay, high premium level artists. You know, you can even talk about people with talent, let's say, for example, social media personalities, YouTube influencers, Instagram. I'm using the term influencers loosely to kind of focus on people who make a living on YouTube, people who make a living on Facebook, people who make a living via, let's say, Instagram or any other social media, TikTok. So what happens is, with these people have certain skills, and this skill can be utilized. And obviously, let's say, for example, I'm running a YouTube channel that focuses on travel. Let's say that guy Nas Daily. So now, given the fact that Expo 2020 is going to be a happening event, if I was Nas, I would cover each and every, let's say, pavilion, each and every building, all the attractions, and I would get more and more people coming to my channel. And this in turn would boost Dubai or Expo 2020's brand. So it does bring in a lot of talent, which is kind of good. And people with new skills, a new set of skills, or something that we haven't seen, this really creates a buzz. And when you have talent, you'll always go to the place where it's hip and happening. The next point is, which is the most important point, I think, out of all the points that I mentioned, is cash flow. When you have events that are taking place, people pay money to book a ticket, people pay money to come and stay in a hotel, people pay money to eat food, people pay money to use services, people pay money to buy goods and services. So cash goes, instead of cash just staying in your hand or cash staying in the bank. And this cash, when it's received by other people, can be used to buy other goods and services. So there's a cash flow. So when you have cash flow, it's good for everyone. It's good for business. So Expo 2020 kind of facilitates this. Point number 12 is Expo 2020 is a kind of a platform where buyers and sellers will come together. People who want to network will come together. People who want to do business and want business will come together. And this really is good for everyone because, let's say, I'm a guy, I have plenty of money. So I'm coming there. I'm coming to hunt, okay, who has a new product, who has a new service, who has something where I would be very happy to spend a little bit of money. And then there are people who are looking out for jobs. There are people who are looking out for, listen, this is a very unique product I can offer you. This is a very unique service I can offer you. So what happens is, it creates a platform where people can network. And it's a great thing. If there was no Expo 2020, there was no event, there is no conference. I mean, how do you network with all such people? So in one place, you can find 100, 200 people at the same time. And if they have, let's say, specific theme-focused conferences, events, and seminars, workshops taking place within Expo 2020, that will kind of boost everything. Point number 13 is, I think it gives people a sense of a direction, of excitement, and it kind of kills the boredom. To be honest with you, I'm pretty sure so many people are fed up of COVID, so many people are fed up of the lockdown, so many people are just fed up of all the gloom and doom and negativity and seeing these many people died and these many people are sick. I think what people want now is just to relax, just to chill out, just to live their normal day-to-day life. And over there, I think Expo 2020 kind of gives them this breathing opportunity to at least feel a bit of normalcy. You can go out, you can see some attraction, you can go eat some food, you can go out with your family. But yes, keeping COVID restrictions and regulations and safety protocol. Point number 14 is, I would say for Dubai, I think it's a very important message and statement that they are getting out of their comfort zone. And me personally, I believe that if you stay in your comfort zone, you just deteriorate after some time. It's like, for example, let's say I'm able to do 10 push-ups and I'm doing 10 push-ups every single day of my life. My capacity will only be 10. But if I start pushing, say 12 or 15, which is difficult for me, or I start increasing, putting weights and making it tough for me, I become stronger, I become tougher. I increase my capacity and capability to do more. So Dubai pushing itself out of its comfort zone is a worthwhile, commendable thing. They could just sit on their laurels and do nothing. But I think this speaks well about them. And last, if not the least, I think the core, the foundation why Dubai undertook Expo 2020 the first place. It is to make a statement in terms of leadership and to leave a legacy. Sheikh Mohammed has always been the guy who wants to leave a legacy, that he has done things which nobody else has done. Whether it's send an Emirati to the moon, build the tallest tower, create islands in the water, build the largest shopping mall, make Dubai into a global brand, a business hub. He, just like all other businessmen, all other people who are known as visionaries, he also wants to leave his name in the sands of time, as they say, So this is another feather in the cap that he would want to leave his legacy, his name, that yes, I bid for Expo, which was a global event, which nobody in the Middle East took. We are the first ones, and Dubai is the trendsetter. So, sometimes more than money, more than anything else, it's leaving a lasting legacy. So these are the 15 points as to why Expo 2020 is a good thing for UAE and especially Dubai. So, I just didn't want to focus only on the bad. But in the next video, I'll share with you as to why I believe, even with all these good things, you can't escape the stigma or the danger or the risk that Expo 2020 is doomed to failure. And I'll give you in the next video as to why I believe so is the case. So give me your thoughts in the video, in the comment section down below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.